Boxing as strategy, what creators and entrepreneurs can learn from the Eubank Jr. fight. Welcome back to Serena's Playbook. If building your brand feels like a non-stop hustle, what if I told you it's actually more like stepping into the ring? In this episode, we're going to be using boxing not just as a metaphor, but as an isophor to rethink strategy, pace, and survival in the entrepreneurial arena. So, what is an isophor? An isophor is more than a metaphor, it's an image that holds meaning, something that you can step into and navigate. It helps you to see and feel how complex systems work. Boxing isn't just a sport. In this case, it's a full bodied isophor for how we prepare, respond, recover, and reflect as creators and entrepreneurs. So, the Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn fight finally happened. They finally met in the ring. 12 rounds, high stakes, legacy on the line. And Eubank Jr. didn't win with chaos or aggression. He won with composure, clarity, and long game thinking. He fought smart, he didn't waste energy, and he picked his moments. And that's what strategy is: not noise, not rush, not even dominance, but discipline, timing, and preparation that shows up under pressure. So, as I watched the fight the second time, I couldn't help seeing it as a real time masterclass in strategy, not just physical strength, but mental systems. So let's apply this isophor and look at my 7 zones of interest through the lens of boxing. I'll only cover a few of my zones just to not make this video too long. And if you would like more, then you've just got to subscribe and even visit the pre-sale link for my masterclass. So zone 1 is strategic self-awareness. Now, a boxer trains not just to fight, but to know their defaults, because we've all got our own defaults, how we are reactive. So, do you lose composure under pressure because a fighter's got to keep that composure? You would have noticed Eubank Jr. just this, gosh, it's May, it's April 25, just how composed he was throughout. This mirrors how entrepreneurs must learn their own patterns. Like, what are your defaults? And so the questions to ask yourself with this zone 1 is: how and where do you keep reacting in your business instead of anticipating? You might want to write that down. Zone 2 is about stakeholder mapping. Now, a fighter never walks into the ring alone, because behind Eubank, you had his team. They might have been nutritionists, tacticians, coaches, medical staff, a medical team. There's all that prep that's walking alongside with him, whether it's within an actual human being or in the form of knowledge. So, who's in your corner? And what kind of prep have you done that you're carrying with you? And who are you not accounting for that shapes your outcome? Might be a good idea to write down that answer. Zone 3 is risk readiness and reputational design. Think of the public spotlight, the build up, the press. One wrong move, and then there's a long-term narrative shift. Reputation isn't managed in the crisis, it's built in the preparation. Let's repeat that. Reputation isn't managed in the crisis, it is built in the prep. So, what narrative are you ready now to defend or diffuse? After spending 20 plus years in public relations and comms and now being a chartered public relations practitioner, I know that preparedness and all of that work behind the scenes is a thing that really makes a difference. Let's jump to zone 7, my final zone within my 7 zones of interest, because reflexive thinking and the bricklayer mindset, this is the one that I was thinking of the most when I watched the fight the second time round. In the middle of a round, right, the fighter is up close. It's reactive, it's instinctual. But between the rounds, they have to pause, they have to breathe, and most importantly, they go to the corner. And you have the coach and the team with the zoomed out view, the ringside view, and they're able to reflect the pattern back, the patterns of what the opponent is doing. You need this internalized. You need an internal coach, a system to help you zoom out when you're in the thick of it. Most of us are fighting our own 12-round matches with deadlines, decisions, expectations, but without reflection, we're just swinging. So, boxing honestly teaches us what strategy really looks like. Preparation when no one is watching, pausing before the next move, and listening to the corner, especially when the fight is loud. When you build a brand or business, you are the fighter, but you also need to be the coach, the corner, the system. And this is why you need your playbook, your personal thinking system to train you, to guide you, to protect you, and help you win without burning out. Even when it feels like you're fighting alone, strategy is always in your corner. So stay sharp, stay reflected, and keep building stronger. You can get more from me on this channel where I provide weekly tutorials as well as more on my website. So you've just got to click the link and see what's available at the time that you're watching. It's been wonderful to have your time and attention. The most important things you have in your arsenal. Thank you for being so generous with it, with me, and I'll see you in the next one.